They say having a child changes everything, and it really does. But what they often forget to mention is just how much it changes your bank balance. I'm not talking about the obvious big spends like the pram, the car seat. I'm talking about the sneaky, unexpected costs that creep up on you week after week. The ones that you don't see coming until your savings account starts having heart palpitations. So today I'm going to walk you through the hidden costs of having a child based on my own experience as a first-time dad, and I'll share some practical ways to keep your budget from completely falling apart. I'm Jeff, a qualified chartered accountant with over a decade of experience helping people make better financial decisions. And right now I'm also a new dad, which means I've been learning firsthand just how expensive these tiny humans can be. My videos are all about making personal finance simple, practical, and hopefully a bit less boring. If this sounds good, do me a favor and hit the like button, and please subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I owe you one. Now, let's jump right in. In January 2025, my wife and I welcomed our baby daughter into the world. I had spreadsheets, saving pots, and a plan. Reality still surprised me. The big purchases were painful but were expected. It was mainly the small, frequent costs powered by sleep deprivation and convenience purchasing that removed hundreds, if not thousands, from my finances. The first thing that came apparent a few days after my daughter was born was that with all the clothes, bibs, and muslins needing to be washed every day, it was really not practical for us to wait for these to hang dry, as we need them much sooner. What we really needed was a tumble dryer. I did some research and landed on getting a heat pump tumble dryer, which is a newer technology and doesn't require to have an outlet for the hot air to escape. It was a bit more expensive than getting a traditional tumble dryer, but they are much more energy efficient, which I figured would work out cheaper in the long run. So far, this has been an essential purchase since we now need to do laundry every single day. We put on a load of laundry around dinner time and put the tumble dryer on overnight so that it's all dry and ready for the next morning. Top tip, when buying baby clothes, make sure to check if it can be tumble dried to save you a lot of time. The next hidden cost which sneaked up on me was the cost of our utility bills. With the laundry machine and tumble dryer being used daily, not to mention making sure the house is warm enough for the baby, as well as water being used for my daughter's baths, maybe it shouldn't have been a surprise to me to see my bills rise. To provide some numbers, my direct debit for gas and electricity used to be £200 a month. Now that's gone up to £240 a month. My water bill has also increased from £31 to a whopping £51 a month. My top tip, ensure that you have shopped around for the cheapest energy supplier and fix your contract if necessary. For laundry, try to use the eco modes for baby stuff. There's no need to use a 2-hour laundry cycle for a baby. The next cost that crept up for me was the cost of clothes and just how quickly babies grow. For me and my wife, we didn't think it was necessary for our daughter to be wearing brand new things at such a young age, so a game changer for us was using Vinted to shop around for cheap, used baby clothes, which are normally bundled up, saving us even more money. For example, my wife bought 20 used bibs in great condition for just £2, a massive saving compared to buying them new. Baby classes, such as baby sensory and swimming classes, can be costly over time. These aren't essential, of course, but if you did want to sign up for these classes, they typically cover a few classes in one payment, which can be painful for cash flow. My tip would be to search your local council and library for free sessions. Car seats and bases are extremely costly because it is recommended that these are bought brand new, as generally you will not know if a used car seat has been in an accident in the past. So with this in mind, we made sure that the car seat base was compatible with the next baby seat size up to save us on our costs. If your baby is on formula, then this is a massive ongoing cost. It's difficult to save money here aside from breastfeeding, of course. In terms of saving time and sanity, however, if your baby is on formula, I would recommend researching a used formula prepping machine. We found ours on Vinted and it prepares everything from start to finish, so there's no need to measure up powder, shake it, and so on. And here it is in action. If this is useful, please give the video a like and subscribe. It helps more parents find this. The next item is not really a hidden fee, but it's certainly massive. I'm referring to nursery fees, of course. If both parents are working, it's a difficult cost to avoid unless you're lucky enough to have grandparents who would help out. The first thing you need to do is ensure that you start viewing nurseries well in advance. I'm talking well before the baby is even born, as sometimes there's a waiting list that's more than a year long. My tip would be to ensure that you do your research into what government funding you'll be eligible for. Without this, full-time nursery can be £1,300 per month in England or £2,000 per month or more in London. It's no surprise that childcare costs in the UK is one of the most expensive in the world. In terms of funding, if any one parent earns over £100,000 a year, you would unfortunately be ineligible for the majority of government childcare support. You can reduce your earnings by contributing more into your pension, but you need to do the maths to ensure it benefits your circumstances. Finally, the biggest cost of all, your time. Having a baby is a 24/7 commitment. There are no days off. You can't clock out at 5 p.m. And while it can be the most rewarding thing in the world, it's also completely exhausting. Your time is now your most precious resource, and you'll find yourself making trade-offs you never imagined before. My first tip on the scarcity of time, think about opportunity costs. That is, if you had to allocate yourself an hourly wage, what would that be? Now, can any of the things that you're spending a lot of time on be outsourced for a low enough cost? For example, if you're spending 4 hours every few weeks cleaning the house, would hiring a cleaner be cheaper than 4 hours of your hourly wage? If so, it might be worth considering hiring a cleaner and make use of those 4 hours doing other things that you would help deliver a better return on your precious time. My second tip on time, accept good enough standards during the first year. It's impossible to do everything perfectly, and things will invariably not turn out exactly the way you planned. So just roll with the punches and remember, your sole aim is to keep your beautiful baby alive. As long as you're achieving that, this counts as a massive win. Try to allocate some time for yourself to work on your physical and mental state. I know it's easier said than done. My biggest advice of all, make sure you book time in your calendar with your partner for some sort of date that is outside the house, even with baby in tow, and try to do this at least once a month. It doesn't have to be an expensive dinner, simply a trip to the coffee shop together or even going for a walk would do wonders for the two of you. So many things will suck up your time, and if you only give your partner what is left over, this is not going to be enough. It's so important to get out of the house, even if it's just for a short time, and it will allow your relationship to continue developing. If you don't think you have the time, you have to make time for it. Book it weeks in advance if necessary. If you don't, you will eventually pay the price, then it might be too late. No one said that raising a baby would be easy and cheap, but it's still a huge shock to the system once the baby arrives and you are in the trenches. The good news, if you plan ahead well in advance, it's just about manageable. Start with building up a baby emergency fund as early as possible, book childcare well in advance, and budget for convenient spending. It won't remove the costs, but it'll stop them becoming financial shocks. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care of yourself. I'm Jeff, and I'll see you soon.